Hello, welcome back. It is time for another edition of Hot Takes. You guys really like the first one? Hugh has returned. How have you coped with your fame?
Glad to be back, mostly by not being famous.
Wow.
Just hanging out with you.
Wow. First off, want to say that just so you hear it from my mouth, obviously this series is inspired by Anthony Fantano's Let's Argue series. But we got our own spin on things here. We got two people, and I love Anthony Fantano's channel, but a lot of you guys are like, this is what Anthony Fantano does. And I'm like, I know. It was literally in the video, and it was literally in the description. So, with that said, I put out a call on Twitter and on Instagram for some of your hottest takes, your grand overstatements, your controversial opinions. We've collected them here, and let's just get to talking. I'd say like half of the responses that came in were just opinions about Luke Combs. Let's find a really spicy one. I don't understand all the Luke Combs hype. Obviously, he's a talented singer, and some of his songs are catchy, but that's all I'm getting. It doesn't really make me feel any type of way.
So when I listened to the album, I got the vibes from it that it is a almost perfect callback to like a late 90s country record. In that it has songs about all the things that you always hit on. Mexico, going to the beach, growing up in the country, being in love. For anyone that's like, oh, this is just bro country, yeah, like it has a little bit of that feel, but so did Alan Jackson and Kenny Chesney and all those guys who were putting out records in the late 90s.
I think the hype, it's almost like in election season where there's a bunch of different candidates that have like a bunch of different thoughts, but there's that one candidate that kind of can please the most people, and it ultimately makes a lot of sense for everyone to rally behind that one candidate because, oh, this voting group and this voting group are both willing to get behind him.
100%.
I think Luke Combs is just like a nice solution for the people that are bitter about the sound of country changing and the people that want some pop country. It's just a happy medium.
It's really hard to hate that record.
Yes.
Like, I'll double down on it. It's a good version of what like guys like Riley Green are doing, and that it has that bro feeling. It has list songs like Better Together. That's a list song.
Oh yeah.
But it comes around and actually means something.
Yes.
And like the coffee and sunrise, and the next chorus it talks about like your lipstick on the coffee mug. The lyrics are actually meaningful, even though it's a list song. So it's a really good version of bro country.
You know what line I hate in that song is, I just feel like it's so unromantic. We go together like good old boys and beer.
Okay, yeah, exactly. It has a list element to it.
Totally. It's just a cut above. Lyrically, a cut above. Musically, and
yeah,
we've made this point 10,000 times on this channel.
It's the same point we made on the last video.
Wow. Jon Pardi's new album is better than Luke Combs' new album.
Ugh.
Completely.
I totally and completely agree.
Completely agree.
That's
the best mainstream. That's the best like major label mainstream record.
Yeah,
this year.
I doubled down on Riley and I'll eat crow on Jon Pardi. That album was awesome, and it was. Is Jon Pardi the future of country music? I don't know, but I'm definitely not going to say no anymore.
So we got a few different takes on Kacey Musgraves here. Mandy says, Pageant Material hardly got any recognition, and it's one of the best albums released in the last 10 years.
Pageant Material doesn't get as much recognition as it should, because Nashville doesn't do a good job of pushing that record. The next record was inarguably just pleasing to the ear. No one listens to it and is like, oh, I don't like that because I don't like country.
I mean, look.
Pageant Material was a country record.
I stand Pageant Material. Pageant Material is the best
thing. I do too.
thing.
I love it.
I agree with you that Golden Hour is pleasing. I think it's a lot more boring. I think Pageant Material is a lot more interesting.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Pageant...
Well, it feels like we're arguing. I just think Pageant Material is the great lost record of Kacey Musgrave's catalog. Like, Golden Hour has been her breakout moment. She won the Grammy for it. Same Trailer, Different Park was her, first entree into the scene, had merry-go-round. Everyone could understand that record was badass as soon as it came out. But then Pageant Material came out, and I'm like, I don't get why more people didn't like it, because
it's a really smart record.
It's funny, pleasant, beautiful, almost a little Hawaiian. That record's gorgeous. I just agree with you, Mandy.
I do love Golden Hour a lot more than you, though. That concert was a blast.
No, it wasn't. So we went to a Golden Hour. We went to see Kacey.
Let me tell the story. Grady got good tickets because he is cool, you know, the influencer guy, and he didn't give me the other ticket, so I ended up in the back instead of in the front. And the show was much more digestible from the back because the lights were incredible.
Yeah, from the front, I would say there was lots of glamorous posing, but not much performing.
Fair. I couldn't hardly see her.
All right, let's get into this one.
That is a bad take.
So this one's from Neil. Eric Church has a very annoying, almost intolerable voice.
Wow.
I disagree, but I do think he has a distinct voice.
It's different.
Yeah. I described him as a bobcat once.
You stand Eric much harder than I do. But I could understand where he's coming from where, when he's like, give me back.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No. Let's move on. This one's from Rita, who's an awesome DJ out in Texas. She says, having all-female bills, or all-female tours, or all-female radio show hours, or all-female openings at award shows doesn't help women. Gonna say before we even answer, two dudes sitting here talking about the plight of women in country. I get it. That's just, this was like the most upvoted thing on Twitter. We have to talk about it, but I'm just saying, I'm acknowledging the whatever there is to acknowledge there. Carrie Underwood is touring with only female openers. Miranda Lambert's touring with only female openers. Bobby Bones' show is launching this radio show where there's only women country songs playing, and a lot of this is to respond to the fact that women basically aren't played on country radio. So the women are binding together to say, well, we'll support ourselves.
I think it makes a lot of sense as far as their touring. I don't agree that that's not helpful. The types of fans that are going to be at a Carrie Underwood concert are much more prone to be interested in these new female artists.
Right.
So that makes a ton of sense to me on every front.
I think maybe where I see what Rita is saying is I do feel from a lot of people that it is creating resentment. Whether or not that is the intention, some people are going to feel attacked by the fact that these women are doing this and assume that that is a statement that, you country radio and you specific DJ and you CMA award voter are not supporting women. You clearly dislike them. I don't think that's actually the intention of these things, but I think that's how a lot of people are receiving them. I think that's pretty unfair. I mean, I'm prone to kind of listen to Carrie, listen to Miranda when they're saying, yeah, I mean, we were kind of the last big superstars to actually get launched, and we came out in 2007.
There's an element of Tolkienism.
Tolkienism?
You never heard that? Tokenism? Tolkien, not Tolkien. Yikes. Oh, please don't put that in. I listened to the Lord of the Rings soundtrack at work today. An hour of being like, okay, we're now going to give the women an hour. That's what I mean by tokenism, is it's like, you're giving them an hour, and that's pretty disrespectful. Because just mix them in with the other music.
Yes.
It should be... If it's a good song, it should be mixed in with the other good songs.
Okay, it's criminal that Brad Paisley gets thrown out of the country mainstream for being bold in his writing and song choices. Some of them are admittedly bad. But Luke Bryan keeps getting the same awful country R&B trash songs pushed to the top of country radio. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
it's sad.
I totally agree. I think Brad Paisley is super talented, awesome guitarist. Sure, he does some State Farm? Nationwide commercials.
What's wrong with that? I just think
People
there's a
don't really
shelf
know what
life.
to do with it.
There's just a shelf life, I think. And Brad broke a lot earlier than Luke. Luke really broke out 2007, 8, 9.
What year did Mud on the Tires come out?
Mud on the Tires was 03.
Oh my gosh.
And Brad really broke in 2000.
Oh yeah, then I agree. He just kind of has a shelf life. He's not a legend. I mean, he's really, really
I think he'll
great.
be remembered really, really well.
Yeah. I'm just saying he's not like a Garth Brooks type legend where he can make music any decade. It's going to be a #1 album forever. He's really great. He's made great music, but his sound is kind of...
I'm very bummed. I think he did one too many dad jokes and people started to kind of roll their eyes at him. And I think he never quite picked it all back up together after the accidental racist fiasco.
Oh gosh.
And
he was canceled.
Okay, Sadie says, Maddie and Tae are so underrated. Shut Up and Fish should have been bigger, as well as Friends Don't and Now Die from a Broken Heart. Sadie, I don't know if you're going to have a lot to say about this, but I 100% agree. I think Shut Up and Fish was really cynically torn down by people that wanted to dislike that song. I'm pissed off that they got stuck in like a label shuffle, and now they're getting all these little EPs put out when they made a concept record that was supposed to go from breakup to relationship. I think they're so talented, best harmonies in the game, and I'm sad at what's happened, and I think they're underrated as well.
I agree.
Too much Texas country is just Nashville country with a few more belt buckles and cowboy hats.
This kind of leads to my favorite hot take right now. I think it might be the best thing for Red Dirt Country for Turnpike to break up.
What? Why?
Because I am just jonesing for a Southeastern type record from Felker. Like, Southeastern was Jason Isbell's sober album. Really hoping that Evan Felker's doing well, getting, help. But if he created a record that was like his sober record, that was his solo act, I think it would be unbelievable.
Do his bandmates?
No.
Are his bandmates directly in the way of his sobriety?
No. But I think there's I hope that comes in a couple years. I wish they would go start producing other stuff.
But you want like a sad, solo, acoustic, beautiful Felker record.
I'm jonesing for it.
Dolly's had too much surgery and should probably stop. We would all be ridiculing any other celebrity for the same thing. I think I'm pro plastic surgery. We're getting out of the realm.
I'm very anti.
I actually feel like if you're going to put on makeup every day, just move the thing that you're trying to hide.
Yeah, but I just don't think. I think the part that I disagree is that we would be giving any other celebrity the same. We treat Dolly Parton the same way we treated Joan Rivers. It's like, yeah, we know, and it's just kind of okay.
I think there's something like actually, like almost bridge building about Dolly's look. There are people that come to the genre and listen to her that do so because she has modeled herself after the town tramp, which she has. That's like her words. Russell Dickerson responded to this one. I appreciated that this guy didn't tag. I hate when people tag. I never tag artists.
How did he see it?
You must search his name. Garth Brooks is overrated. He was once great and the biggest artist in country music in the 90s, but now his music is awful, all caps. It's hard to listen to, and I feel like nobody says anything about his newer music being so horrible.
Wow. Yeah, disagree. I don't think his new music is gonna be put on the shelf with some of his older stuff, but it's good music. I don't know.
I think the recording of his new music sounds horrible. I think like his new single Dive Bar, which you probably haven't heard because you can't hear it anywhere except the radio, and it's not even a big radio hit, it sounds so bad. I'm like, where did you record? It sounds like it was recorded in an empty swimming pool. And I think his single choices have been strange. I don't know that I'm ever going to forgive him for when his comeback was happening, when he was finally coming back into music. He was going to release Tacoma by Caitlin Smith, one of the best written songs ever. And he, at the last minute, because there was some shooting, he was like, no, I, Garth, need to unite the country. And he released People Loving People. And that song is so bad.
It's bad.
It's so bad.
And Tacoma's so good.
So good. And you know where it is? Just buried at the end of that awful album, Man Against Machine. The main question I think we should be asking is, where are the bodies buried? I don't know if you follow Tom Segura's podcast.
What?
I don't know if you follow Tom Segura's podcast, but they have a theory that
He's a serial killer?
Oh, for sure. Okay, this is Garth's first ever Facebook video.
Well, I guess it's official. We're now on Facebook. I really wasn't sure about this at the start. More as a conversation.
Oh my god.
I like that. But I'm already finding out on my own. When I think about things I want to post cool stuff, slick stuff, neat stuff. But most of the stuff I'm going to post is going to be raw stuff like this. This is just who I am.
Oh my gosh.
So yes, from that video, many people have arrived at the conclusion that Garth
is a serial killer. I understand it. I don't agree, but I understand it. Kind of on the same level as Mark Zuckerberg smoking meats.
Hey everyone, we are live from my backyard where I am smoking a brisket and some ribs.
Alright, here's a good one. Hot take, Grady's always right.
He's not at all.
I think I might be. More country artists should follow the Dixie Chicks and be more political and outspoken. We just said we
my
liked
stance is
drama.
always just like separate the artists from the art.
Yeah.
And if like the Dixie Chicks are awesome, whether you agree with their politics or not. I'm not sitting here like every artist needs to come out and have a stance. If they have a stance, whether I agree with it or not, it's not going to make me change my opinion on it.
The fact that people feel a need to be on the same political page as everyone else, like, is so dumb to me. I mean, this is a whole channel of like like I'm not country. I don't know. I don't want to get into my politics.
But it's the same thing. Is like everyone has to be country to make and enjoy country music.
Yeah.
You know? What's your hottest take right now?
My hottest take at the moment. The thing that came to mind, I can't say it. I love the song Bra Off by Ray Lynn.
No, Grady.
I don't know. I've been infected by this pop country appreciation. I'm losing my edge for sure.
Unsubscribe. Subscribe to my new channel starting tonight.
Okay. Look, that song's amazing. I think the line, breaking up with you is like taking my bra off, is really funny. It's funny. She says she's feeling free and loose. I mean, I think it's a really good line. Okay. Getting up, turning off camera. Goodbye.